So I'm conscious of the time, so we might move on to this last topic, which is child maintenance trusts. These are a special purpose trust that we use where we have an obligation to make child support payments, and we're wanting to make child support payments in a tax effective manner. In the ordinary course, if one or both of the parties have an obligation to make child support payments, those payments would usually come from their post-tax income. So that adult parent would go off and generate a salary or generate income, pay tax on that amount, and then the post-tax amount would be used to pay for the children's schooling expenses and medical needs and those sorts of things. These child maintenance trusts provide a pathway for income from particular assets to be distributed directly to the children in order to pay for those sorts of daily living expenses, and for the children to be taxed at what the lawyers call accepted trust income. So it's a specific term under the Tax Act which basically says that while a child who's under 18 who receives income from a trust would normally be taxed at 49% from the first dollar, if that income classifies as accepted trust income, they actually get taxed as though they're an adult. And that means they get the $18,000 tax-free threshold every year, and then they only pay the marginal tax rates above that of 15% and 30%. Now, in order to qualify as accepted trust income, you've got to fall within a couple of pretty narrow categories. One of them is testamentary trusts, and that means that someone has to actually die and establish a testamentary trust before the provisions come into play. The other one is for one of these child maintenance trusts, which are only available where they're the direct result of a family breakdown. So the basic idea here is that we have a trust which is set up and assets are contributed to that trust, and the income which is generated from those assets is applied or distributed to the children, who will get the benefit of that tax-free threshold and the lower marginal tax rates, and can therefore use that income to pay for their schooling and medical and associated costs using pre-tax dollars rather than post-tax dollars.